Good morning and welcome to the channel. My name is Christian. If you're stopping by for the first time, hit that subscribe button. We do tons of Volkswagen stuff. I usually post about 4 times a week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Wednesdays. Lots of stuff always going on. I got a few things to do today. Let's get the day started. All right, the first order of business for today is to send some pictures of my Mark II Recaros to the upholstery guy so he can send me a quote back on how much it's gonna be to match the front 2 seats to the rears. That's the plan. So I'm gonna do that right quick. Just sent over the pictures of my seats to the upholstery guy. As soon as I hear back from him, I will know how much it's gonna be to have them redone. Thankfully, these seats are in amazing condition and all of the foam and bolstering is like perfect. So all I'm gonna need is fabric and labor. I shouldn't need any foam buildup, so that's gonna save me a lot of money right there. The driveway is so empty. Everyone's gone. All we have is Miley's here and Robin's here. But the Mark III parts car is leaving soon. But Brandon went home, Larry's gone, Peyton's gone. It's very dead today. Alright, so next thing on our list of things to do today, our cars are taken care of. I'm waiting to hear back from the guy. I have to go pick up my Vento rear bumper. It's not too far away, thankfully. Gonna go grab that. It is texture top, so I'm gonna have to, like with this one, this was a texture top Vento front bumper. I sanded it smooth before we painted it, so same thing that happened with this one. Sand the texture part down, off the paint, get it to match the car, and we'll be good to go with that. Then once my Vento bumper is put on and matched to the car, I can finally install the Listerine VR6 exhaust here because it has the dual tips coming out. These tips are coming off, and these ones that Omar gave me over here will be going on the car, if you can see right there. They say Remus on the bottom, old school goodness. They're polished. I'm going to be putting them side by side like that. Dual exhaust coming at the bottom. It looks so good, so I'm really hyped on those. Hey, look how nice that is. Remus little fox, and they can use a good polishing, so I'll probably polish these up as well today. Not putting them on, but just so they're ready to go. But these look really good. Alright, so we are off to go pick up the Vento rear bumper for my car. I wasn't to drive, but it's only about a minute or so walk to the part itself, so we're just gonna walk there. Aha. Alright, so extremely far walk to the front of the house, but this is my Vento rear bumper now. This one's coming off of Larry's TDI. Since he's not building to do a show car anymore, he said that I could take it off of his hands, so that one's gonna go on my car. Very generous of him, so thank you to Larry. I don't say it enough, but huge shout out to Larry. He helps me out with a lot of stuff, so definitely a huge shout out to him. If you're not following him, go follow Larry, link in the description. Larry MK3, make sure you check him out because we're gonna be building some awesome stuff with his Golf and with the TDI too. There we go. As you can see, this thing is very pulled apart at the current moment, but to a quick ride to the back of the house. Hopefully it should still start. There's no shift boost, this would be annoying. Okay, we're good. Diesel's still running good. So it's very safe to say that Larry put this wheel in very upside down because I'm going straight, if you can see, and the wheel here is, this is the top down here. That's the top, and this is the bottom, so yeah. And it's kind of loose, but you know, all is well. It's just a Mark III, all is well. I honestly love driving this TDI because one, it's literally amazing fuel mileage, like the best fuel mileage ever, but also it makes amazing sounds. I'll give you a little sound here. I've actually been driving around my neighborhood for like 5 minutes now for no reason. Hold up. I hope you guys can hear this. Ready? You see me here, ready? Woo-hoo-hoo. Man, I missed that sound. I love this thing. TDI swapping Miley would be a definite thing if I could do it. If I could find a swap, I would probably do it because you have power, you have all the torque, you have amazing turbo sounds, and you have literally all of the fuel mileage. Like, that's what you need. It sounds so good. I love this thing. Alright, so enough playing around the TDI. I could probably drive this car around, honestly, all day because it's just so much fun. But we're in the driveway in the back of the house now. I'm going to pull the Vento bumper off so I can start working on sanding it, this and that. I'm going to put a spare American bumper we have back on this car so it's so complete. No more parts cars around here. And I'm going to do a few more things on the TDI for Larry because this is going to be his daily vehicle now. The TDI is his daily vehicle. The Mark III Golf is now his show car. So we're going to build that one and just drive this one day to day because it's a TDI and that's like the best daily you could possibly have. But Larry is gone for about a week or 2 weeks at this point for right now. So while he's gone, I'm going to get this car all sorted out and put together so when he gets back he can just hop in it and just drive it. It needs to be, the B3 Passat steering wheel's going to get put in. I need to put the seats in properly, clean it out, give it a bath, just make sure it's like 100% ready to go when he gets back because he helps me out a lot, so I want to help him back out. So we're messing with the TDI today. Alright, so if you've never pulled off your rear bumper before, it's pretty simple and I'm going to learn you right now. Alright, so you're going to want to go ahead and open up your trunk. There are 4 little tabs down here at the bottom. You can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna pop these out like so, and there's bolts behind them. I think they're 10mm, like they're similar on the front bumper, right in there. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, take those out. Once you do that, come over to the sides here. There's little metal tabs you can see right here, right there. Metal tabs, you can just pop those off because those hold the bumper to the fender part itself here. They'll clip back on at the end, but pop those off and the bumper just slides straight back out. Alright, so these little clips here on the side of your bumper that hold it to the car itself, you just pop off like a flathead or whatever, and then those come off. Once those are out, your 4 bolts back here are out. The whole bumper should just slide straight this way. There we go. Oh, there's a bolt down here. Why is there a bolt down here? Hang on. Alright, for some reason there's a bolt right there still holding it on. I'm not sure why that's there or why we put that one in, but it is there, so that needs to come out, but then the bumper should come off. Alright, last one is out now. We should be, there we go. Okay, set you up here. The one thing that I love diesels, but I don't like about diesels, if you look right here, all of this is soot. See that? Right there, see that? If you drive a diesel, you can't really avoid this. So the very first thing this bumper is getting is a bath, because I'm not going to keep doing this because this is irritating. So that's getting washed right now. Alright, the Vento bumper is nice and clean, not covered in soot anymore, thank goodness. It's a really nice color of like purplish. I'm not sure what color this came off of, like what the color code of this is, but it's a really nice like purple kind of color. But that's clean. If you come over here and look at the back of the TDI, you might notice there's no more rebar inside there. If you're gonna put the European Vento bumper on an American car, you need the Euro rebar to go back here, or you take the whole rebar off in general so it'll fit, because the American rebar is too long on the sides here and here. So you can either cut the American rebar on the sides or just have no rebar at all. Obviously this one has no rebar. I'm gonna try and find a rebar for my car, or just cut mine before the bumper goes on, because I really don't want to get hit in the back and have someone, you know, in my trunk. So it's always good to have more support, but you can put a Vento bumper on your car without the rebar. To take your American one off and you're good to go. I'm also probably aware that some of you are wondering what is the difference between the American bumper versus the Vento or Euro bumpers, and I will show you as one falls over. I'll show you right now. Are you good, bro? All right, so this is the American bumper here. That is the Vento bumper there. Right off the bat, they might not look too different, but I'll show you what the differences between them are. So starting off lengthwise, like overall diameter, they're pretty similar, but this one is a little bit shorter and narrower, which is why the American rebar doesn't fit. It hits right there, and on the sides, we got to cut it. So that's the first difference. Looking at the top sections here, the Vento bumper has this drastic dip that comes right down pretty quickly, where the American bumper is pretty smooth the whole way down and doesn't drop to the lip section down there. Then the last thing is the bottom portion, the lip here. The Vento one is very stuck straight out, almost like the VR6 up on the front, whereas the American one is very sloped and not all that like drastic. Looking at these two bumpers now, it looks like all they did was swap like this portion and this portion between the two bumpers. See if you can follow this if it makes sense to you, but it makes sense to me. Like this lower lip here looks like that section right there, and then this slanted portion looks like that lip down there. So all they really did between this bumper and that bumper is switch the slanted section for the flat section. You see what I'm saying? Like slanted, slanted, flat, and flat. All they do is just switch those pieces. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. Alright, just about ready to put the American bar back on Larry's car. I threw the rebar back on for him as well, just in case someone tries to hit him. He has some extra stopping power. It's always good to have some metal down there. Alright, and just like that, the TDI has a new bumper. Don't forget to put your little side clips over here back on so it doesn't flap like this. And these don't have mud flaps, so Larry likes one a lot. So, one project done. Our next project here, we'll be getting rid of this this thing that's probably put on there. That needs to come out, and we need a shift knob because trying to shift with this is really irritating. So that's gonna be a new shift knob put in. We're putting the B3 Passat steering wheel inside of here, and then we're gonna clean up a lot of this. If you've never put out a steering wheel before, I'll show you how to do it briefly. I mean, we've explained a bunch on this channel, but there's a center nut right here. It's a 15/16 socket. All you do, crack it free, but make sure if you have, like this one has no airbag in it, obviously, but if you still have the factory airbag in, make sure you pull, you disconnect your battery, because you don't want to get punched in the face by your airbag. So, you've been warned. Make sure your airbag's out. Once the nut's off, you really just shake it back and forth until it comes out. If I can do it one-handed, maybe, there it is. Okay, so that's out, your new one can go back in. Make sure your wheels are lined up before you take the wheel off so you know where you're putting the steering wheel back on. The interior of the TDI is looking so much better. It's been cleaned out on both sides. I vacuumed the seats, vacuumed the floor, cleaned out the floorboards. If you look here, we have the B3 Passat steering wheel in, non-airbag. Looks really good in this car. A lot of people want a steering wheel because it has no airbag and it's one of the earlier models, but very nice steering wheel. Put the shift knob and shift boot back together, so that's also in. It's just looking a whole lot better inside of here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the TDI back up front, and then I have one last thing to show you guys. Alright, the last thing on my list to do today is to get a mock-up setup of the Vento rear bumper with my exhaust tips so I can see exactly how they're going to fit and show you guys as well, because they're going to look so good. If you've seen Omar's exhaust, it's basically the exact same thing as his, just different brand name on the exhaust tip itself, but I love how that look. It looks like literally perfect. So I got to copy you, Omar, man. I'm sorry. I mean, even though you gave me the parts, I'm copying you, but I'm not because you gave it to me, but still, it's going to look fantastic. Alright, so before I even bring the bumper over here, all I did was grab some of my polish over there and I quickly polished these up. Look how mirror finished these things are. Like, and that was like a quick polish. Those look so good. Like, look, you can see everything out of them. If I gave these a high-speed polish, it would be like crazy. Basically, this is how it's gonna look. Like, look how mean that already looks. That looks so good. So all you're gonna see is the exhaust tip pumping out. All you can see, Remus and the Fox on both, barely sticking out just enough you can see it, but look how good that's gonna look. I am so hyped for this. So that's a wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed, hit that thumbs up. If you are new, remember to subscribe. There's always new videos on the channel, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out.